It's that time of year again where it's sunny outside and it is sparkly and fun. Now we're going to festivals and we are pulling for those citrus fragrances because we want to feel fresh and fruity and summery without choking people out, unless that's what you're into. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through the very many type of citrus fragrances I have in my collection that I think are worth discussing, putting you on game to some of my favorites in this category. Now I love me a citrus fragrance. I wear them down hard all year round because yes, thank you. But I'm going to take you through the faves in my collection because it was hard to narrow it down, but I did it because I'm a giver and you're welcome. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Jeanique and I've been looking forward to wearing all of these citrus fragrances all year round. There are some of these that really don't fit at all with any other time of year but summer. And even though I break all the rules, some of these have been on the back bench and they're about to be put front and center because it's that time of year. Now, it's not quite as hot as I would like it to be outside. It's 73 today. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So some of these are better for those cooler days. Some of these are great for those hot ones. And I'm going to take you through all the different categories of citrus that are out here that I want to talk to y'all about. Think about it, fresh squeezed citrus, and we got the gourmand lemon cake citrus. All of these featured here today, and I'm going to take you through them. Now, I've done a few of these note or fragrance family specific videos. I did one on florals recently. Check that out if it's your thing. I also did one on tropical scents. If you're looking to go fruity with it, I got you. Check those out as well, because what we do over here are perfuming conversations, all kinds of perfuming conversations, niche, affordable, design, celebrity. I do not discriminate. So if you like a perfuming conversation yourself, then please go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate that so much. And if you've already subscribed, you're a real one. You're super smart and I love you. And thank you so much. And let's get into these citrus fragrances. And I hope your faves show up. But if they don't, put your faves down in the comment section so I can get put on game, just like I'm putting you on game. Let's get into it. Hold it down for ya. I can tell with something like So we have categories because my videos always have categories. One, we got citrus sugar rush for gourmands meets citrus. We have pucker up for the tart, more sour fragrances. We have freshly squeezed for the fresher fragrances among the bunch. 4, we have petals and peel. Now these are the floral citrus, leaning more citrus. And we're going to finish off with the MVP of this lineup, which is big citrus energy. Play on words, y'all. You get it. So the first category is citrus sugar rush. Now these are the fragrances that have gourmand elements that make them feel indulgent, youthful, and all kinds of fun. This is Britney Spears' Believe. I'm a stan of celebrity fragrances and I do not discriminate or hate. If it smells good, I want it. And this fragrance is tangerine and guava together. So we get some nice sweet citrus and some nice tropical fruit coming together. Now the main floral note in this, it's barely there, but it is there. It's a little bit of lime blossom. So, you know, more tartness, but that sweetness really does come through. There's a little bit of honeysuckle to make this feel more floral, some amber, some praline. The vibe of this fragrance is playful, outdoors, on a boardwalk, in your shorts, carefree. It is a very youthful, fun, bright, summery fragrance. We just want to throw something on that isn't trying too hard, but you want it to skew slightly sweeter. I really enjoy this one and I wanted to share it with you. Plus, it's a super affordable fragrance. You can usually find this one for between 20 and 30 Canadians, for about 15 to 20 US. So if you see it in stores and you like a sweeter citrus fragrance with a dash of light floral, you might enjoy this one. Don't let the review scare you off. If that is your bag, this might be for you, just like it is for me. Is Quince a citrus? I don't actually know the answer to that question, but this smells mad citrusy. And this right here, speaking of celebrity fragrance, y'all, this is Ariana Grande's REM. Is this one of my favorite Ariana Grande fragrances? It is. But do I really hate any Ariana Grande fragrances? Not exactly. There's some that I prefer to others. And REM has always been one of my Ariana Grande faves and one of my tried and true ones. A fantastic, like, work citrus in my opinion. It has some really beautiful like gourmand elements like praline in here, which I think work really, really well. That caramel hit, it doesn't have the texture of caramel, so it isn't particularly sticky or heavy, but that sort of sense of caramel is definitely very much in this one. But a lot of that work is being done by that quince. There's a little bit of fig to add some balance to this fragrance. There are some floral elements. You know what this is giving? This is my first day of work. This is my first big girl job, and I want something that feels like me, youthful, playful, just out of college, but also I got bills now. Like there's something about this that like just sort of balances that out, because it feels youthful, but it also feels like I'm also a professional and I wear pants to work, essentially. Like that is the energy it gives me, and I love that sort of balance that it creates, because it feels fun, but it doesn't feel too youthful. It feels grown, but it doesn't feel too stuffy. I think it's a really successful one, and I know this is not one of the more popular Ariana Grande fragrances, because I don't know, it just did not catch on like that, or maybe quince is not for everybody. I don't know, but I'm a fan of this one. And this fragrance I want to talk about in this category is very obvious. Let's put that out there. This is Lemon Tart from Theodoros Kalatinas. Did I say that right? The Greeks out there, if you're watching, did I say that right? So this fragrance is from a niche brand that does slightly more affordable fragrances in about the $50 to $70 range. Typically, I don't know if the prices have gone up because everything has gone up. I will check that out, but I think I'm right. Anyway, Lemon Tart is a weird one, but it deserves to be here as a slightly more gourmand citrus fragrance. No, this is the least citrusy of everything in this category, even though it has lemon in the name. Primarily because it is barely lemon, mostly tart. Most of the lemon shows up in the first hour or so, and you know it sort of fizzles and dies. Not really. It sort of lingers, but it doesn't stay super pronounced. It is a tart heavy fragrance. And what does that mean? What is in here? There's whipped cream, there's butter, there's tartan, there is lemon zest, there are all of there's whipped cream, there's vanilla. There are all of these elements that make this fragrance feel yeasty, bready, in the same vein as something like panettone. It smells buttery and flaky and sort of bready and beautiful if you like that sort of scent profile, but make it lemony. And that lemon comes through sharp, even a little aggressive in the beginning, and then dies down to this sort of soft, delicate, sort of lemony smell that sort of sits alongside most of that tart smell. Honourable mention, which I won't spend too long on, is from Le Monde Gourmand called Citron Glacé. The name says it all. It's basically lemon, sugar, and jasmine. Basically, it's very simple, it's very basic. There aren't a lot of like layers and dimension and anything going on. It's just a very straightforward, sweeter lemon fragrance that's giving almost like lemonade, but make it floral. And that's a really nice one if you're looking for something slightly more affordable that you can pick up in like your local TJ Maxx. Here's an option, Citron Glacé, a very good one. So as per usual, all the fragrances that I talk about in this video will be linked down below. So category 2 is Pucker Up. Now these are the fragrances that are really invigorating, energetic, because they have more of a zesty feel. Sometimes a little tart, sometimes a little sour, but never shy, ever. This is from the Aqua Allegoria line from Guerlain, and this is Mandarin Basilic. The name says it all, it's Mandarin, it's basil. This is a mix of citrus fruit, a couple of green notes, some florals, and other shit that we don't care about. So let's talk about the green side of this. We got tea, we got ivy, and we have some basil. It's in the name. The basil doesn't give a very sometimes basil can give a little bit of a savory energy. There are a few fragrances that I have reviewed recently that had basil in it, specifically a fragrance from Paris Corner that I talked about called Juicy Melange. It has a basil note that reads a little savory, and it was striking to me at first and I wasn't into it. That's not what we're having here, and I think it's primarily because of how citrusy this is. You know what it smells like, y'all? It's a lemon sorbet. Do you want to smell like a lemon sorbet? Frozen and good. This is the vibe of this fragrance. So this fragrance has things like clementine and bitter orange, and it has, I think, grapefruit. It has, like I said, basil and tea and all of these things together. But moral of the story, it smells like a lemon sorbet with basil. Tops of it, not a lot of it. And those green elements and those sharp, tart, almost sour, puckering sort of elements make this so shiny and fun and sparkly. And height of summer, it's hot outside and you just want to smell like ice cream, basically. So this next one, I talked about, this is my Iron Tense from Lattafa. I talked about this in a recent haul video where I was doing affordable fragrances, and this was one of them. I was very excited about it, and I still am. And I said in that video that it's a peak of summer type of fragrance just based on the scent profile. This one skews more floral than mandarin basilic, just an FYI. And there's something more intensely sour about this one. There's something about mandarin basilic. It's like I said, having lemon sorbet, where you take that first bite and there's like, it hits you in the back of your throat, and then the sweetness rushes forward and you see and feel the complexity of it. This one is a little bit different. You have something that is more sharply and more aggressively sour, almost bitter about it, but not in a bad way. I mean, for me personally. And then that is mixed with a heavier dose of florals than mandarin basilic, where the florals are real light. It leans more heavily on the fruit and the green elements. This one brings in something like jasmine to give us the sort of greener, white floral kind of energy, but it is very much there and very much present. And I really enjoy this one for bright summer days where I'm going to the beach and I'm going to be sitting outside and I just want something that feels really punchy and is going to last all day and is going to smell good with salt water on my body. Like, I think this one just plays well with so many summer elements. And have you subscribed? Well, this is your friendly reminder. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subs, y'all. I'm at 3,000 currently. So put me on, bless me with your subscription. You know what to do. Let's get back to the video. The sweetest of the bunch and the most floral, I would say, the daintiest of all the girlies in this section, because all of the ones here are real aggressive in what they're giving, is surprisingly Daisy Wild from Marc Jacobs. So this one goes down to a little bit of interpretation, because on the paper they say there are no citrus in here, but I smell them and they're here. It's giving bergamot, like giving fresh, slightly tart with a lot of floral energy. It says there's banana flower in here and a bunch of other things. This is a fantastic summer fragrance if you like a slightly sweeter but still punchy, citrusy vibe in your fragrance. Ever since I got this, I've been enjoying it down. Now, this was in contention at the time in terms of which one I'd pick up with this bad boy here, and this is Valentina Green Extravaganza. So this is the honorable mention. I wanted to come showcase it, y'all, and then yeah, look at that. I dried it out. Like, in preparation for this video, I had to like, oh, this is all that's left. Whatever is left in the little tube, that's all that's left. This is it, y'all. Let me savor it. It's so beautiful. And I think continuing to wear like this travel size has convinced me they're different enough. I could have both. I didn't think that last year. I thought you gotta pick. The moment this goes on sale, yeah, I'm a jump, not walk. I'm not gonna run. I'm going to jump and run, both, to pick it up, because I love this one as far as Valentina fragrances go. But I was also talking in my tropical video about wanting coral fantasy. It's what's gonna happen that the Donna Born in Roma line is just gonna continue to have me in a chokehold. It sounds and seems like that's what's happening here. Our third category today is freshly squeezed citrus. Now, these are the ones giving all kinds of bright, airy, breezy, understated, cleaner versions of citrus when we want that kind of energy. We just don't want anything too heavy, too tart, or too loud. Let's start off with a classic, and this is Zen Shiseido. I think in my citrus fragrance, if not from last year, then the year before, I think from 2 years ago, I think this was the MVP at the time. Some of the main notes you want to just pay attention to. We have little things like grapefruit, there's some pineapple in here, there's a fair bit of musk, there is some white florals that make this feel fresher and cleaner, and altogether the effect is fresh out the shower, but make it citrusy. That musk is really nice. It has good staying power. It's been around for a long time for a reason. And I think this is a great fresher option if you're looking for citrus, but don't want anything that's going to overwhelm your senses while you're out. Hear me out. This next fragrance totally belongs in this section, but you might disagree with me and think it should be in Pucker Up. But I stand by this decision. And this is Moschino's I Love Love from the Cheap and Chic line. You're going to usually find this in discount sections all over. It's usually under 20 bucks. If you're looking for citrus freshness meets bitter bite, that is what is happening here. Like, it doesn't sort of, there isn't like a scale that is on where you're sort of ramping up to the sourness or the tartness, or it feels fuller. There's something sort of flat about the bitterness. It sort of sits in the back and you notice it and it's hard to miss. And you need to like that, I think, from a bitter orange. So it's there, but it's paired with all of these fresher notes that feel very light and open and far bigger than that bitterness. So it sort of gets lost behind it, except, and here's the caveat, height of the heat. When you wear this on like a 100-degree day, the bitterness just sort of tries to choke you and kill you, basically. Like, that is what it tries to do, and it just comes out of nowhere. I wore this on a day where it was hot as fuck outside, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna work. It's been so good on me, and it's been working. And something about the bitterness in the heat just ratcheted up all the way, and it was incredibly intense. So this is not for your 100-degree days. This is for your 70 to 80-degree days, where you want that sort of bright freshness, and that bitterness is a nice sort of counterpoint, but you prefer the airiness that the rest of the fragrance offers. This does this really well at an affordable price, and I think it's done really nicely. It's just, I need to warn you. I need to warn you that that is a thing. Unless you love bitterness, then this has a fair bit of it in the back if you pay attention to it. So this is a nice one. It's almost watery. That's what it is. Like, there's something kind of watery about this fragrance when you're, so not airy, more watery when you're wearing this, and that's what carries most of it. And so all of that grapefruit and all of the sort of citrus elements sort of seem to be floating in that water, and they're just barely there. Now, I know Zara gets shit for their fragrances because they do not last. Most of them. And I get that. I totally get that. Money is money. You don't want to waste your money, and these are fragrances will disappear. If you're willing to re-up, they are a good one to consider in terms of venturing out and trying out. And here's a Zara fragrance that I stand 10 toes deep for and will always. This is apple juice. Now, the name suggests apple juice, so not citrus, but there's a fair bit of citrus in this fragrance. But what makes this so lovely? This is, again, watery and very light in terms of the texture and the smell. Everything feels really delicate in here and balanced really well. And it is a balance of sweeter fruit like an apple, but like with a little bit of bite because it's a green apple, with some citrus elements and some soft florals like peony to make this fragrance feel just a little bit more like nuanced and interesting and elevated. And then we have some nice musk and sandalwood in the base. It's a very basic fragrance, but you don't need extra every single day. This is a good everyday run to the grocery store kind of fragrance. This is a good go to the gym kind of fragrance. It is light, it is pretty, it is not too sweet, it has a freshness to it, and it has those delicate florals that feel just the right amount of girly. Then we're getting into category 4 because, oh my god, there's so many categories. It's Petals and Peel. Do you like my names? I've come up with them. I'm very excited and proud of them. So Petals and Peel, as you can tell, is all about those citrus fragrances that marry themselves to beautiful florals, and they come together in a way that I think is really well done and is worth a conversation if you're looking for something slightly more formal but make it citrus. So this one is Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, and y'all know what this is. This is it's a lemon pound cake, kind of. There is a candied lemon in here. It's not citrusy, puckery, fresh, airy, watery lemon. This is almost lemon desserty. There's something thick and sweet and heavy about it. Lemon curd, I got it. It's lemon curd, y'all. It's lemon curd. That's what's in this, right? But sweeter, right? There's something very desserty about the lemon, which I appreciate. And there are very thick, heavy florals. This feels like a very nighttime seductive kind of citrus fragrance. They don't make citrus fragrances like this every day, in my opinion. And the way that it comes together, where it feels really sensual, but that citrus is coming through really heavy. And I think the combination I find very, very exciting. And it's not something that I have very much of. When I wear this, there's something about this that feels really soft and really like inviting, like you want to hug me. So this is not one I wear to work. I cannot be touched. This one is definitely like a date night fragrance. It's a very sensual one and not underrated. People love this guy. I love it. I just don't have my phone bottle. But go you who have it. Go you. Y'all, is Hawas a dupe of something? Let me check, because I don't know. There's something familiar about the smell of Hawas that makes me think it might be. I should know this, but I don't. I just have this and it's pretty and I love it and it rocks me. It's rated real well, 4.15. Okay, they're wrong. They're wrong. It says La Vie Belle. Ain't no fucking way. It's not even close. It's not even close. So what is in here? This is things like pomegranate and apple. There is some citrus notes like grapefruit in here. There is some sweetness, something like caramel, honey, praline. I think praline is the one that is in this guy here. And there are some powdery elements that don't read like a purple floral proper. It feels almost cloud-like in this. Like it feels like it could be violet, but it's not violet. I'm pretty sure it's orris, which usually reads more powdery. This feels heavier than orris fragrances usually give. And in the base, we have something like vetiver, which gives like a little bit of mystery, darkness, smokiness to this fragrance, which I think is really successful. Moral of the story, we get this sort of sweet sharpness in sort of the sweet, fruity citrusiness of it, which is mixed together with things like white florals and orris. So it feels full. It's like sophisticated you on vacation, sophisticated you in Milan. Do I prefer this or devotion? A part of me says devotion. Devotion feels more romantic and like sensual to me, and this feels just more assertive and dominant and strong. But I think both of them are really beautiful petals and peels option as far as fragrances that scream floral, but you know, give that citrusy energy as well. Beautiful mix right here. And it's definitely not a dupe of La Vie Belle from Lancome. Foolishness. Foolishness and lies. We're gonna finish off with a classic in this category, and yeah, it's Versace's Versens. Green apple, there are citruses in here. There are some floral elements like jasmine. There is some Virginia cedar in this to ground the fragrance. It feels more substantial than you might expect. Looking at the bottle, looking at the vibe, you think it's a little bit more airy, clean. You'd think it'd be more like Maillard Intense, but that is not it at all. And you'd also maybe think it's going to give something sweeter. It doesn't. It's slightly fresher with some sweet elements to it. There is a really nice like combination of floral notes in here, mixing together some white florals, some pink florals, some lighter florals together, some more watery florals, as well as some woody notes in the base to help ground the fragrance. I think this is sort of a simple night out kind of fragrance. You spray yourself down, you don't think about it too hard. You're not making any bold statements with this one. It just feels very put together, well constructed, and everything pairs well and very, very nicely. Now, I don't know if this is one of those fragrances that the regular retailers still sell. I usually find this one on discount websites on the cheap. So if you're looking for a more floral forward citrus fragrance with some really interesting elements from that woodiness and some of those other notes, then I think Versens is a really good one. It's been around for a long time, and there's a reason for that. We are finally at big citrus energy, and the honorable mention goes to Dolce Amalfi from Giorgio. This smells like an Italian vacation on the Riviera where there are so many lemon trees out here and you're taking it all in. You feel rich, you feel outdoorsy, you're in Italy, and you feel better than everybody else. That is what this fragrance is giving. It has a lot of attitude, it has a lot of personality, it's pretty sharp, it's pretty aggressive, it is not shy, and I wanted to mention it. I just featured it in a video, my Bad and Bougie fragrances for my birthday video. I will link that one if you want a longer review, but I didn't want to spend too much time on it because for real, it may be an MVP at some point, but the MVP this year, y'all, if you know me well enough, you knew it was gonna be here. This is Dolce & Gabbana. Oh my God, there's so many Dolce & Gabbanas in this video. Did not see that coming, did not notice. This is Dolce & Gabbana's L'Imperatrice 3. This is a rhubarb. Sour as well. That's what rhubarb does. It is a lot. It's a very aggressive sourness. There are all kinds of citrus. There is a green apple. There is a beautiful watermelon note that comes through. So watery, so good, so lovely. This is fruitiness on steroids, but all the fruitiness coming together, not shying away. We get that peel from the watermelon as well. Everything is green, everything is citrusy, everything is tart. You feel in the back of your throat. It is so incredibly intense, this fragrance. And I'm such a fan of this one. Now, from the moment I smelled this fragrance, I fell in love. I went to Sephora, I was trying a bunch of shit. I don't know why I picked this up, but I decided to try it anyway. And I was like, let's see. And I nearly choked, and it was sold out. It was sold out online. It was sold out in store. I was like, why tease me in this way? I went to Rexall, walked in, it was on sale. I'm like, God wants me to have it. The universe wants me to have this fragrance and I deserve it. And I picked it up immediately. This feels like a tropical drink, but make it perfume. You have to love all of those really loud elements that come with a citrus fragrance that some of these others have reined in with other notes like gourmands and florals. This one gives it all to you and does not shy away, does not hold back. It's a love or hate, in my opinion, where this fragrance is concerned. If you love it, you ride hard. We ride at dawn for it. But if you don't, you won't get it. You'll be like, that is nasty. This one has the biggest citrus energy of all of the citrus fragrances in my collection, and it is my absolute fave for 2025. So that's all of them, all of the citrus fragrances in my collection that I needed to talk to y'all just a little bit about, giving you all kinds of citrus energy, from the more florally ones to the more gourmand ones. You have so many options out here. I hope something here tickles your fancy, and if it does, let me know down in the comment section which one you're eyeballing, which one you're curious about, which one you showed up for to hear a review of. I am so curious. I thank you so much for watching this video, stopping by here, because you could be anywhere on the internet right now and you hung out with me instead, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Jeanique. I love a sour, sweet, all kinds of citrus energy, because I myself give all kinds of big citrus energy, and I was happy to share my love with you, and I hope you could feel it. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Bye.